Hello, fellow Hyrulians! I am your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Mario's Awakening, where right now, Mario is back in the village, and for whatever reason, we are walking a chain chomp, which is also known as a bow wow. I mean, why is Link here, along with Mario? That's a good question. But along with that, I feel like Madame Meow Meow has not been taking care of her chain chomp, or bow wow in this case, and honestly, it's been going after quite a few of these wild pigs and whatever the likes are. But as you can tell, it's quite hungry. So in that case, we're going to be taking a quick trip into a cave where a slime and a hole is. Yeah, carrying around a ball and chain with a bear trap for teeth, yeah, I think that would kind of break away the floor. But we have a treasure chest to start off with this episode, and it is 20 rupees. Not much of the randomizers, but as I've mentioned in a past video, I believe, is that Link's Awakening, I believe, had a rupee limit, but I've realized it does not. And as you can see, there's another chest here, but, well, wow, this looks pretty heavy. You won't be able to lift it with your bare hands. So yes, that kind of means we are going to have to come back here later. But also, I don't believe I showed this off yet. And that is this house right down here. And I believe it's Mr. Left's or Mr.Write's house, which is a reference to, I believe, the SimCity game. It's like a classic, I forget if it's an NES or Super Nintendo game. Anyways, I want to say it's SimCity, but another part of me wants to say the Earthbound series. But yeah. But yes, it is Mr. Write. Well, I pretty much stick to myself. Me and my letters. My name's Write. The only thing I don't like about this hobby is that I never receive a response. Well, that's sad. Also, I see you have a pet parrot, toucan. Very exotic. And also, quite a mess in your room. But yes, today, besides visiting with Mr. Write, we are actually going to be heading into the swamplands, where the second dungeon lies. Danger! Keep out! Except bow wows. Well, that kind of changes my plans. I mean, I can kind of see why with all the thorn bushes and sharks or piranhas, I guess. But I guess we're not going to be able to make it through the swamp, guys. I'm not really sure what to do besides, cut some grass. But you know what? You don't always have to listen to signs. And yes, I believe those are piranhas. And we also have another reference to the Mario series, which are these giant fire flower things which we would normally see within Super Mario World, if I'm not mistaken. And as well, we are at somewhat of a dead end. Well, on the other side of where we would have saved the chain chomp. So we're just going to be moving back this way. And I believe we can also get to this chest right here, which contains, let's see, 50 rupees. You know what, I'm just realizing this now, is that both of these pathways leads to the same area. It's just this way up here would have led more towards those chests. And yes, we are about to enter the mouth of the Kraken. Which now we are within everyone's nightmares. A place where you cannot lift any jars, break any jars, or, you know, push, move, and whatnot. Also, our sword flies right through it, so hopefully we don't throw our sword to the other side of the room. But, yes, as I mentioned this, I believe, like, in the first episode or so. Yeah, you're just not able to move any jars. This is the one of the main Zelda games that kind of does not allow that. And all we have to do now within this room is light up some torches, and we're good to go. Also, in the Game Boy version, if we left that room, Ow, you guys hurt. Yeah, that room would normally... The torches would not no longer be there. But we just grabbed ourselves a key, which we can go over this way. Ow. Okay, so torches. Torches do nothing. And the key is stuck within the doorway. Ow. Get rid of you. Sorry, Beetle, but, you know, this has to be done. Which we came all this way for a beak. Great. Just what I wanted. Also, this place is starting to become quite dangerous. As you can tell with my life. But anyways, yeah, when it comes to the Game Boy versions, this place is actually more of a dungeon since, well, I'm kind of surprised that we are not really looking at a tiled floor or anything. And speaking of like Mario's Awakening and stuff, which I just kind of make a joke for, we also have one of my favorite Mario enemies, which are the Shy Guys. And normally when it comes to like Link's Awakening and Link to the Past, those are supposed to be like the Igor things, like the Cyclops guys. But yeah. Also, when did you start coming down here? We're having a fight with the Grim Reaper. This is great. Fooled you, didn't I? I need to be extra careful, because the beeping is starting. But there we go. We just grabbed ourselves our next key, which hopefully I don't have to explain what keys are, and then some powder, which this also starts introducing a lot of these switch puzzles, which I find really fun within Link's Awakening. At first I didn't think I would be able to jump over there, but this is just a switch that allows the chest to appear. But yes, we get to do a lot of parkour. And you may be asking how to defeat these guys. Simple. Just don't allow them to see you, because that mask of theirs is really hard to penetrate. Now, is this the same way within the Game Boy version? Because I don't want to leave this room unless... Okay, good. Still works. I was kind of afraid to leave the room just because I didn't want the key to disappear. But that's kind of what's interesting, is that you can unlock a chest or a key, and then later on you come back to it. Then you have the way to actually grab it. But one thing I did not do while in this room, the skeleton dropped his heart. But something that would be kind of hard to find within the original versions is this room right down here, which contains one Shy Guy. Now, we're actually supposed to be coming here later, but because there's that small trick of getting the Shy Guy stuck to the pot, we're able to get the chest. Since the item within this dungeon, was this really necessary? I mean, the only thing that the compass really does is shows us where the chests are, but also makes the noise for Link's Awakening for any secret areas. But we can quickly move back through here. But yes, within this dungeon, we will be able to get ourselves the power gloves, or the power bracelets. Also, it looks like we have enough keys to make our way through here. Which, yes, pretty much, because this is just the second dungeon, it's quickly teaching us block puzzles and, like, switch puzzles, which I really find fun. However, some of the owl statues in this one is not really helpful, except for one statue. Also, this is one of the more decorative, like, well, it's not really decorative, it's like, some of the details to this cave. You have the stalactites or stalagmites, I forget which ones on the ceilings, but it's like, why don't we have a Zelda creator kind of like this, where we can have a side-scrolling Zelda game? I understand the whole side-scrolling aspect is not that great. Also, kind of didn't really, well, yeah, I didn't kind of need that. Oh, hi, friend. I mean, I like bombs as much as you do, but I don't like them being thrown at me. You're just hurting yourself now. Ow. No, not again. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, and he falls after, like, what? 1 hit? 2 hits? I feel like that battle went a lot quicker than it needed. But I guess the first time around, I guess I did hit him a few extra times, but also the one owl statue that really comes in handy is this one right here. Which, thank you for not putting me back at the entrance. First comes the imprisoned pale voice. Last, the skeletal Stalfo. Which, if I'm not mistaken, all Stalfos are skeletons, so there's that. Also, the pale voice, to be clear, that is a rabbit. Which is known as that because within the NES versions, and also I try to get far away from you as possible, Black Hole. Something that was actually added within Smash Brothers. But what I was getting to is the pale voice was something that was first like in the NES version, and with that some people had the like a little mic for the Famicom, which allowed you to kind of scream and kill all the rabbits nearby. I don't think I need any more powder, but we're making our way through here. Hi, Booze. Kind of surprising. Also, I thought we would have to light up all the torches, and yes, those were actually Booze for whatever reason. This is starting to become a Mario-themed episode. But this is where we get ourselves one of the best items. And it's, of course, the power bracelet. And with that said, we can pick up pots. And apparently break pots with pots. That's interesting. Thought it would fly right over them. I mean, that's how it is in most Zelda games. I don't know if you guys have just heard that sound, but that was because of the compass. But we need to first get to this chest before we do anything else with the switches. This is pretty much just showing that, hey, you can walk on these. Collect some hearts, because we need it. Goodbye, beetle. If I'm not mistaken, like, this section right here was all supposed to be like 4 little rooms. But yeah. What was this room? Yeah, see, here are the pale voices, the rabbits. Also, don't know if you guys noticed, but for a lot of things, for a lot of Nintendo games, oops, reflex. So, yeah, with a lot of Nintendo games, we have stuff to do with the rabbits. Ow. Also, the pale voices cannot be hurt by the sword. But this is the room that I speak of, like, for the owl statue. And it's one of those, why was it this way type of things. Like, who would have guessed the correct order to defeat all the enemies the first time around without using, like, all the hints and whatnot? And there we have it. There's the boss key. So let's see. If I'm not mistaken, I think I know where this one goes. Also, we're introduced to the piranha plants. The Goombas and their eyebrows. But yeah, okay, so we're just back here. So there's just a quick way to get yourself a hint. But it seems like we are getting close to the end of this dungeon. However, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and end this episode off here, since in the next episode we'll finish up the rest of the dungeon. Wow, I cannot aim with one bit. But yes, I feel like in the next episode we'll go ahead and complete the rest of the dungeon. There's not much left. So guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave a like or a comment below. And if you wish to see more Zelda related videos, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell, since it really does help, where you guys can keep up to date and be able to tell whenever the next video will be out. But this has been the Hyrule Historian. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next episode. Later, guys.